So this is the precious treasury of the basic space of phenomena by Longchen Rabjam, translated by Choki Nima, and we're in the 10th section out of, I think, 13. So this will not go on forever. Enjoy it while it's here. So let's see what Longchenpa says today. So, within the state of equalness, there are no thoughts about sense objects and no reification of ordinary mind. So the occurrence of and involvement in hope and fear are pacified. This is what we said just before this. I swear I'm not preparing this. Yeah. So within the Dharma Dhatu, within awareness, there are no thoughts about sense objects. Okay. So reading that, how do you make sense of thoughts about sense objects? Well, resting in awareness itself, when you rest in awareness, whatever phenomena seem to be arising do not affect the awareness in the slightest. So to say that awareness is having a thought would not exactly be accurate. An appearance of a thought seems to be arising, and that arising does not change awareness whatsoever. When a thought arises, awareness does not gain something else. And when a thought goes away, no part of awareness is missing. That can be explained logically, but it's easiest if you feel it. When phenomena arise, nothing about you as awareness changes. And in that sense, there could not possibly be thoughts about sense phenomena. Therefore, this is pacification, liberation of all phenomena without you doing anything. But only if this is really seen and not intellectually understood. Otherwise, it's just reading a book about someone else describing their liberation. So resting in the nature of your very mind and seeing, really seeing that none of these phenomena have anything to do with you. Well, is that not freedom? And then you can let them be. You have no quarrel with them. They can just be the play of mind. And grow very kind to everything if you're not fighting with it. So let's go on. So Longchenpa says, abiding in the equalness of sense objects and mind means that, as a matter of course, there is no straying from the expanse that is the true nature of phenomena. One abides in an omnipresent state in which what are characterized as sense objects do not exist as objects. Since there is omnipresent awareness, timeless and non-dual, within the state of great perfection, which Longchenpa is defining as the indivisibility of samsara and nirvana. Everything is in a state of infinite evenness, without acceptance or rejection. Just awareness. Without getting rid of phenomena, yes? You see, no text here is saying solve phenomena or separate yourself apart from phenomena or do anything with phenomena. Not even separation, not even getting away from them, because awareness already does not require separation. It would not be separated. So Longchenpa continues, what is tangible and what is intangible are equal in basic space. Buddhas and ordinary beings are equal in basic space. Relative reality and ultimate reality are equal in basic space. Flaws and positive qualities are equal in basic space. And all directions, above, below, in between, are equal in basic space. Not to belabor the point, but why are they equal? Well, because everything is just the nature of mind without analyzing that, yes? So without pinning down a phenomenon and analyzing whether or not it is the nature of mind, by relaxing, by getting out of the analysis and back into the space itself, then without any evaluation whatsoever, just by relaxing, somewhat miraculously, everything is seen very clearly as just being mind. Just being awareness. Semni. And of course, please ding in if anyone is so compelled. We rarely take that option, but it's very fun whenever someone does. Oh, yay. Yeah, Jen, go for it.
Hi.
Hi.
You said so when we relax, then we can see everything is just the play of mind. But it's the play of mind anyway, right? But when we relax, we can see it, and when we don't, then we believe we're in it or doing stuff. But it's all still the same either way.
Basically, yes.
Cool. Thanks.
Yes, seeing this for yourself is Rigpa, and not seeing it, and that's being a Buddha. A Buddha is none other than one resting in Rigpa. And so not seeing this, or Ma Rigpa, it's translated as ignorance, but it's ignorance of the nature itself. And in the links of dependent origination, that's what produces grasping. And from that ignorance come all the icky feelings that people tend to want to get away from and solve. So Longchen here is saying that there is no difference between a Buddha and an ordinary being, because both the Buddha and the ordinary being both have the Buddha nature. But there's a difference between knowing that, recognizing that is a better word, or not recognizing that. Because with one, you can be at peace. And with the other one, you probably are not at peace. So although to the Dharmadhatu, it makes no difference whatsoever, to the experience of a sentient being, it's a matter of life and death. Alexander's asking, what exactly does play of mind mean? Well, I don't know how specific to be, so I'll just say something. So when you're in a dream, suppose it's at night and you're dreaming, you go to sleep and there's just a blank canvas. And this blank canvas has the potentiality to become anything. Anything at all could arise in the mind of the dreamer. And at some point, there is a subtle thought. It's called a thought, but it's not words. It's like an intuition on that level. And co-emerging with that, there's the creation of an entire world in the mind of the dreamer. So what would you call that appearance of the world in a dream? Well, often here it's called play of mind. Why play? Well, because mind is free to paint whatever it wants on this canvas. So that's all it's referring to. Just world creation, Yeah, Don, please.
It sounds like that plays directly with the three energies we were talking about before as well, right? But it's just in a different context in a dream.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that fair to say? Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, the dream analogy is really potent. If anything ever doesn't make sense, expressing it in terms of the dream analogy usually provides quite a lot of clarity. It's one of the tricks Dawei taught me. Oh, cool. Let's read on. So Longchen says, therefore, whatever display arises from that naturally occurring state, even as it arises, things arise equally, none being better or worse. What need is there to accept or reject them by applying antidotes? When things abide, they abide equally, none being better or worse. Whatever is now taking place in your mind, rest in natural peace. Oh, that's lovely. Just like compassion, peace is undermentioned. See, that's what's available to you at all moments. No matter what's happening, even in the midst of anger, rage, there's always a basis of peace. And it's a peace that's not an experience, right? Awareness does not change. So this very natural settling is just always available to you. It's always there. It is your basis, your birthright. So Longchen says, when things are free, they are equally free, none being better or worse. In the wake of being conscious of them, do not continue to suppress or indulge in them. Well, that's advice from Longchen. When he gives commands, we tend to take them somewhat seriously, yes? So, having become conscious of them, whatever they're doing, realizing that they are the nature of mind, don't continue trying to keep them around or make them go away. And now it's not just us saying that, it's also Longchen. So, within awakened mind itself, which Longchen is defining as the expanse of the ground of being. So, ground being the three kayas. So, within awakened mind, the way in which everything arises as its dynamic energy and display is unpredictable. Even as things arise equally, they arise within that primordial expanse. Even as they arise unequally, they arise within the basic space of their equalness. You see, even duality, the idea, this conceptual delineation between things that seems to produce duality, has as its basis non-duality. Therefore, you cannot produce non-duality from a dual state because it's already non-dual. The phenomena, the labeling, whatever seems to be producing this duality, the basis of it is already the basis. So to discover non-duality does not require you to do anything. It does not require that you see things in a different way or change anything or adopt a different experiential view, only the view of awareness itself. Therefore, however they arise, samsara or nirvana, it does not matter. So, even as they abide equally, their true nature is a natural state of rest. Even as they abide unequally, they abide within the basic space of their equalness. Even as they are freed equally, this constitutes the expanse of naturally occurring timeless awareness. Even as they are freed unequally, they are freed within the basic space of their equalness. Given naturally occurring awareness, the timeless equalness of everything, arising and non-arising are timelessly non-existent in basic space. Abiding and non-abiding are timelessly non-existent in basic space. And freedom and the absence of freedom are timelessly non-existent in basic space. It makes sense logically, of course. I don't know if of course. It makes sense to me. But to really accept that it does not matter what is arising or not arising. You see, this is the very grasping onto the notion of arising is itself producing the appearance of duality. So that by itself is not problematic. It's only when it's seriously believed in and misunderstood, when the nature of that isn't seen, that it starts to become a little problematic. And so to let arising and non-arising be equal is to be resting in awareness. To not analyze whatever is arising and non-arising is to just let them be. It's only by a process of evaluating some state that we make decisions about how things are. And if that process itself can just chill out for a little bit, well, then this great peace dawns. And so that's all we're doing. Getting this conditioned mind to just take a break for a moment and reveal what's already there. I think that's good for today, Ishi. That was quite a lot of fun for me. I hope for you too. So why do we read these texts at all? Why did people die to preserve them? Because Longchenpa is describing the same awareness that you have. He's trying to give you the keys to see what he sees in the same way, so that you can be free, so that you can put all this conceptualization down and just notice the freedom that was there all along. So always remember that that's the purpose. It's not to build up concepts or understand anything, or even repeat Longchenpa's words. It's just to recognize awareness and then trust it. Through thousands of years of people doing the same thing, telling you how it is, how it goes, how it seems to be, and then you validating that. And a natural process of discovering your own freedom. And then helping others discover theirs. Oh, very nice. Any final words for the session? Monosyllable expressions.
So it's sort of like a test suite, right? So whatever we are meandering, like we want to make sure we did not break the original like way people perceive it.
You're a programmer, huh?
Apparently.
But it's a test suite that doesn't involve analysis. So if Longchen, if you read something from Longchen, rest in awareness, and you'll just notice it. The conceptual mind won't have any flutter. Like if someone says, notice the space in front of you, and notice that the space is filled with cognizance. But you can really do that. So in that sense, it could be like a test suite, except that the conceptual mind has not executed any process to do that.
Zero knowledge. Everything was encrypted.
Yeah. Zero knowledge proof. I like that. All right, very good. Let's end here. So any merit that we may have generated today, let's remember the beings in this very presence who are suffering and give it all to them in a moment of silence. Thank you, everyone. Take care. Be well.